me and Jim have had sort of a weird history. I did interviews with him early on, I think during the DVD days. So he knows who I am. But then at one point, me and French started rocking together. Okay. And him and French were beefing. It was during the whole Max B era. And French had said some things about him and so forth. And I did the interview with him, right, about that. And I remember there was this one time which really kind of affected the way I was acting around him that night. We were all backstage at BET, and it was like Dipset, and me and Juelz are cool during this time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hanging out with Juelz, a bunch of, Freaky Zeke, I think, was there, a bunch of the Dipset dudes, whatever. And then Jim comes in, we're like all in this green room at BET, and he goes, shakes everyone's hand, shakes everyone's hand, shakes everyone's hand. He gets to me, he puts his hand out, I put my hand on, he like lifts his hand up and walks away. And everyone's like, oh, what just happened? So now I'm uncomfortable, right, with these Dipset dudes around me. And I don't have security or nothing. I'm just by myself.
Oh, man.
Right? And, over the years, he's like, made I saw some comments he made about me here and there and so forth. And we've tried to do interviews with him. And he's always like, everyone I talk to, he's always kind of turned it down and so forth. So now recently, my man Sean Merriman, the football player, he knows him. And he kind of put me on the phone with someone or put me on text with someone that rocks with him. And we're actually talking about potentially doing something.
Yeah.
But my whole thing is I'm very cautious around this dude.
I never met him, so I didn't know. Listen.
Well, let me just finish.
Okay.
I was very cautious around him. I wasn't going to talk to him anyways. I was just going to keep my distance.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what his energy was going to be. Yeah. Then I saw y'all get into it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm definitely not going to talk to him now.
Yeah.
But out of the blue, I'm sitting there, and he turns around. I guess someone's like, oh, that's Vlad right there. And he turns around, and he reaches out to me to shake my hand. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I won't be honest.
I shook his hand.
He was looking mad the whole time. Like, I don't know what. I think it's the YoungBoy show. And when you in the YoungBoy show, you feel like
you become a YoungBoy?
Jim 49, he about to turn 50. Jim felt like a YN up in there. Trust me. The way Jim walked in was YN energy. Might as well had it on a shiesty. You know what I mean? So I get it. So he's like, he got his YN shit off. And I mean, the only thing I would say to Jim though is like, I think that should be safe for your actual enemies. Like that type of demeanor.
Yeah.
Because immediately after that conversation, and again, nothing happened, but immediately after that conversation, the only thing you take away is that nigga is not pleasant to deal with. So just avoid him at all costs, because there's people I've had disagreements with, whatever. I told you, most of my friendships have started with disagreements. I could tell why he's had severe roadblocks in his career. I wouldn't want to deal with him. Just because you could tell. It's like, it gives me like a Dame Dash type of wait. I always say some artists don't understand the internet. Like they have zero idea of just how the internet goes. Like it's like when Meek Mill told me, it was basically almost, his team was saying, they were upset that people were laughing at him. And I was like, dude, it's not because of the guy who owns the blog why they're laughing at you. They're laughing at you because you don't know how to play every moment. And the internet's gonna have fun at your expense and mine. If you figure out how to deal with certain shit, you would have more pleasant outcomes. I think he's one of those dudes, and I think rather than even tell somebody like him, nah, bro, you gotta. There's many different ways to skin a cat. Is that the thing? With him, I could tell he was just I'm super blooded out at the YoungBoy show. I'm on my YN shit, and I'm I respect it. I do. I do. So not rock with Jim, man.
Yeah, maybe.
But I do understand why. Yeah. Listen, if I'm an executive, if I had 5 names that came up and I heard Jim Jones, I'm good. Why? Because he doesn't seem like, and again, it's just the first time meeting him, so maybe I'm all the way wrong, but when everyone told me the same thing, be oh yeah, that's not the type of dude you even walk up to have a conversation with. You just leave him there. That alone tells me it's no way success is going to be in your perspective, in the music business. You got to deal with all type of people you've had problems with, people who may have said something to offend you. Now, that's what I'm saying. If that energy should be saved for your complete enemies, where it's we don't need to ever talk again in life. Fuck you.
I mean, look, even after shaking hands with him, I decided not to have a further conversation with him, even though we've been potentially talking about doing an interview.
I'll be chatty with all these niggas. I'll be like, what's up? What up?
You saw I was chatty with everybody.
Yeah.
Except for him. Because even after we shook hands, after seeing y'all's interaction, I'm like, well, we could have a conversation, but what if the conversation goes left? I don't have security with me. I don't want to use your security.
Now we had a YoungBoy straight to go now. We good.
Man, listen, I'd rather, because here's the thing. After an interaction like that, and you guys are still in the same space, now there's a level of uncomfortability.
Yeah.
Right? And I just didn't want to go through that myself, seeing you had just gone through it.
I'm chilling.
Listen, I think, I know Jim is going to watch this. Like, Jim, I think everyone really admires you because you did not start out as a rapper. You were just an entourage member for Cameron, right? Cameron was the rapper, then Jewels was like the rapper, that was like the second, the young rapper, whatever. You were like just part of the crew, and you stepped it up.
Yeah.
You actually have one of the, is Ballin' the biggest song out of Dipset?
Shoot, one of them.
I think it is.
Yeah, one of them.
The dude that wasn't even thinking about.
No, I think maybe Ballin'. Ballin'.
Ballin'. I think, like out of everyone in that crew, with you not starting off with rap being your real passion.
If like you trying to give him a pep talk, he's about to be 50. Like he's like
I'm
this.
52.
No, trust. No. You hear what I'm saying?
I'm older than him.
Nobody gets to 50 and be like, you know what? Let me change my ways. No,
that's not true. That's not true.
What?
That's not true. Anyone can change.
You know what it helped me realize though?
Change.
You know what it helped me realize? Like, because also, again, before this, and even I take these, like, it's a reason I could not go nowhere. I go places that if I see you, you know what I mean? As long as we not fighting, bro, like, I argue with people all day. It's fine. So, but it made me understood why, like, even him and Cam, their situation looks like that. Cam looks hilarious, and then he looks upset. You see, it's those subtle things is why the internet perceives something, right? It perceives like you don't have a point and you're bitter. Versus Cam, he seems like he's loving life and he's having a great, just those simple things. Now, do I think Cam is a pushover? Hell nah. I'm pretty sure he just has a different way of, but with Jim, it kind of came off angry, like just super angry. And I don't know, man, I wish the best for him. I'm pretty sure we bump into each other again. We'll hopefully be on better terms.